Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, Sampler Brew series videos I do for the one. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I didn't even know that they made these anymore. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my back room today, which means we get Peter Can Thunderbolt poster. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, why I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my, boom, my Tim Scold shirt. See? It's a shirt. Yay! I actually got this shirt, what was it? I got this shirt when I saw him on tour last year in 2023. And if you're not familiar with Mr. Tim Scold, the guy has been around for decades doing all kinds of musical projects and stuff. This was specifically for more kind of his solo project and everything. And I really wanted to see him perform for a while. And I didn't really, it was one of those things I wanted to do, but like it never really, kind of coalesced. But then last year, like, he was just doing a lot of touring, and he ended up near me, and I was like, yes, let's get it done. I really, really enjoyed his set. Thought it was absolutely fantastic. Obviously, I got some merch. I also got some videos of his performances that I attended. So those are on the channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check those out. And if nothing else, folks, I'd be more than happy to go over there and kind of point you in the right direction, because I think he's super fucking fantastic, musician, and just, I had a blast. And, the little time that I got to meet him, he was a very nice guy on top of that. But anyway, what am I trying for today, folks? What are we doing here? Why did I think that it didn't exist anymore? That's because, folks, it happens to be, boom, it's V8 Energy. Yes, so it's combined serving of veggies and fruit, V8 plus energy, steady energy from black and green tea, and it is pomegranate blueberry flavor. Yay! Let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like this. Ha 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 ha! But yeah, man, like, I knew that these things existed, but I hadn't seen them in forever. And I went to a random gas station, and sure enough, they were there, and I was like, oh, neat. You're not, like, super million years out of date, are you? No, you're good. You're good till October. Okay. Because I have had that happen on a couple of occasions where I've gone over there and I've found some item where I was like, oh, wow, I forgot. I thought they completely discontinued it. And it turned out that they had, and it had just not been taken off the shelf. But anyway, sure, why the hell not? And what is, do you have caffeine in you, I wonder? Because, I mean, I know they're, like, talking about the thing from the thing. Caffeine level, oh, yeah. Leading energy drink is, like, 115. Oh, okay, so. Yeah, it definitely has that V8 smell where it's like, ooh, fruit juice, then it's like, ooh, vegetable juice. Yeah, has that flavor too. But no, actually, that's really nice. Like, genuinely, it definitely goes to some weird places, because it is a mix of juice and fruit. You're kind of, sorry, of vegetables and fruit. That's what I meant to say. Because you go into it and you start drinking it, and it's like, oh, it's this nice, like, kind of tangy, fruit beverage, and then you get like this undercurrent of like, that doesn't seem quite right. And that's kind of always been the case with V8 for me personally. I remember even when I was a kid, my mom used to have it, usually in the fridge, and I remember being a kid and being like, Mom, can I have some V8? And she's like, I don't know if you're gonna like it. And I was like, no, I'm gonna love it. She's like, all right, fuck it, whatever. So she went over there and she poured me a glass, and I was like, I don't like it. I'm sorry, I don't like it. But yeah, as I've gotten older, though, to be fair, my palate's expanded and stuff. So I can kind of get down with it a little bit more. It drinks nicely. It's very, very nice and smooth. It's surprising how tangy it is. I mean, yeah, granted, blueberry has some tang to it. Pomegranate has some tang to it. But it's actually got a pretty striking tanginess. But that's not a bad thing. It tastes nice. And I think, I mean, blueberry and blueberry and pomegranate definitely work. They have somewhat similar flavor profiles, obviously unique in their own ways, but they fulfill sort of a similar kind of mold. So yeah, it ends up being a nice mix of sweet and tanginess. And then it's got a nice fresh kind of vibe to it. And then like I said, just have sort of this like, it's not even that it's like directly a taste. It's more a retraction of the taste, because instead of getting like this really, I mean, because it has a strong flavor with the fruit and everything, but there's just like this undercurrent that kind of undermines it just oh so slightly, and that's where like the fruit juice aspect is, I think, or I'm sorry, the vegetable aspect is, where it's like, yeah, it's flavorful, it gives it, it's there, but like it's a different type of flavor, it's not doing the same thing that the other stuff is, but it's nice. Yeah, I think it's nice, and I think that, like I said, I think it blends well, and I think I mean, obviously B8's been doing this for a long time. They know how to make their stuff do what it's supposed to do, what they're known for, but then also how to try to make it appealing to as many people as possible. And I think that's exactly what they did with this. Again, blueberry and pomegranate, great combination. It also allows for a little bit of that extra tanginess that they were able to go for, which probably goes over there and kind of helps mask a little bit of the more sort of vegetable oriented flavors in it. But yeah, it's nice. Like genuinely, it tastes good. I don't have my only gripe with it would just be, again, you just get that little undercurrent of the vegetable aspect that kind of takes away from it just a little bit. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I mean, would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm gonna go with sure and sure. I mean, this wouldn't be like a go-to energy drink for me, but like I also acknowledge the fact that it's kind of fulfilling a somewhat different role than the standard energy drink, because of course it's trying to be a little bit kind of like quote unquote healthier ish. Um, and in that regard, I could see instances where I would want this, because there are times where like yeah, standard energy drinks do a great job of what they're supposed to do. Typically when I'm using them, it's because I'm got a long drive or something like that, or maybe I didn't get a lot of sleep before work, and I just need a quick little pick-me-up. I don't know that this is exactly what I would use for that, but it would be like something where, maybe if I was like out, especially like on a hot day or something like that, if I knew I had like a lot of like yard work or something ahead of me and I was feeling a little bit, I need a little boost, this would be kind of nice for that, because, it's got the fruit juice aspect and everything, wouldn't maybe weigh me down as much. And if I'm recommending it, again, I think it's nice to have as an option, as an alternative to the more standard energy stuff. These days there's so many options for energy beverages of all types. Really, you got to kind of pick and choose, figure out what's going to work best for you. But I do think that these are nice as an option, and if nothing else, like it tastes good. I'm not going to tell you that it's any healthier or not healthier or anything like that, because I'm not a fucking food scientist, or a nutritionist. Are nutritionists and food scientists the same thing? I feel like they're not, but maybe they are. I don't know. But overall, if nothing else, it is a tasty drink, and, I don't think that you'll hate drinking it. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there and have yourselves a truly surprisingly good V8-tastic rest of your life. I mean, sure, why not? Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, do you have some drink from the past that, maybe you haven't had in quite a while? that, maybe you didn't like at the time, but now that you're older, you do enjoy. Because I know for me, as a kid, I was much pickier as an eater, and I was never picky, but I definitely had a lot more restrictions and barriers that I wasn't that into, when it came to trying out new stuff. Uh, but as I've gotten older, like a lot of those have kind of fallen away. And I don't know. I was going to say I know for a lot of people that's the same way, but like, I don't know that that's entirely the case. It really does seem to be kind of 50-50 because like some people seem to really, if anything, just hunker down on it. I've got a friend of mine who he is a notoriously picky eater. He has certain things that he will go with, and that is it. That's kind of his cap off point. And then he actually has a friend who's an even pickier eater than him, which was amazing when we found out. Like we got to meet him for the first time, probably close to a decade ago now. And I was like, oh yeah. It was like, yeah, no, whenever we got to eat something as a group, it's like, okay, how are we gonna make this work? But I don't know.